Skinwalkers, the story of them is actually terrifying.
Hey, Segovia, back with another one. Hope everyone out there's having a good day, y'all. Today we got another one, y'all. Another one with some breaking news and just crazy things happening daily. We got Skinwalkers. We got Sam Smith doing some weird things and a lot more. Let's have some fun and some good discussions down below. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Yeah, I'm stepping out of that town.
So nobody but me find it weird what the acting mayor of New York until December 31st said in Israel. Listen to what he said, fool.
Male team here in Israel, and as I finish, I wanted to come back here to Israel and let you know that I serve you as the mayor, but I want to continue to have the title that's more important to me than anything. I'm your brother. Thank you.
So what is he saying? He's serving them first? Like, what's going on, fool? I can't be the only one that felt like this is weird, fool. Am I the only one? Am I tripping? Or am I onto something? We seen with Kanye. We seen with Young Thug. Now you got the mayor of New York saying some shit. Bruh. So this question is especially for people in New York. How do y'all feel about this, bruh? What are y'all getting from this? Do y'all feel it's weird?
I just found out there's a restaurant chain in the United States that if you connect the dots on the map of where these restaurant locations are, it forms pentagrams in 7 different cities. Now, I don't like using ChatGPT, but I had to ask it one question. What are the odds of a restaurant chain in the United States making the restaurants on the map make up pentagrams in 7 different cities across the states? One word answer only: astronomical. The restaurant chain in question? Outback Steakhouse. You may be thinking, this one in New York City is just a coincidence. It's surely not a recurring theme here. Here's another one in Indianapolis. Pentagram, upside down. Here's another one in Florida, shaping a pentagram. And there's even more. At this point, the odds of that being in one city maybe are extremely low, but multiple are absolutely insane. So then, who owns Outback Grill Restaurant Action Steakhouse? Well, their parent company, I did some digging, is Bloomin' Brands. So then you got to follow the money. Who owns Bloomin' Brands? And are they satanic? Of course, we got to ask. Well, I was just shocked to find out that its largest shareholder is Vanguard. Now, you may be thinking, is Vanguard a company that is interested in the longevity, health, and prosperity of the world, and into organicness, and into healthy things, and into making water and air and food clean and pure and prosperous humanity? I'm not so sure. Do they get together in back rooms and shady deals under the table? I don't know. I'm not saying they are, but I mean, how many people go to Bohemian Grove who are probably involved in this frickin' group? And have any of them been to that island? I don't know these things, but all I know is what the Sam Dam is with the orientation of these pentagrams. And further, what might be in the food? I can tell you, if I made an organic restaurant chain company, I would form the shapes of a torus field, the Fibonacci sequence. The pentagram's the last shape I would pick. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
Just wanted to tell you that the McRib is back at McDonald's. But before you eat one, I want to let you know that in those McRibs, there is the same ingredient in yoga mats. Yeah, I'm not bullshitting at all. Go look it up on Google right now and look up the connection. These foods are fake as hell, y'all. They're not even hiding it. They're putting it on Google. They're putting it on search engines. Like, we're just not looking for it. Everything that they've told us. They've never hid it. We've just been too blind to see it. We've been in our phones. We've been wrapped up with love and chasing girls, chasing guys, worried about our children, worried about bills. Everything they're giving us in food is bad. And I'm not sitting here just saying this to be telling you this. Everything I ever tell you, you can go look it up. Everything I ever tell you, you can put your foot on it. I pray you'll look into it. And again, the McRib has the same ingredient as yoga mats. Have a good day.
I don't know how to say this without like being attacked by people in the industry, but y'all, if your hotel serves like a hot continental breakfast or whatever, eggs, waffles, stuff like that, don't eat that shit. I worked in hotels doing front desk and night audit for almost 15 years, right? I have worked at numerous brands of hotels, and what I have come to realize is that they don't give a shit about that breakfast. And when I say they, I'm talking about corporate, I'm talking about management, okay? That, like the waffle station. Check the waffle maker and see if the waffle maker is even clean, okay? Because oftentimes it's not. But much more awful than that is the fact that that waffle batter don't get made every day. That waffle batter gets reused until it starts to smell like beer.
If it's a Sunday, someone's trying to convince people to gamble their money away. Let's see who it is today.
Talk to your dermatologist about
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here we go.
What's better than a great touchdown? 5 great touchdowns.
Jamal Charles was cocaine.
See, those are grown man touchdowns right there.
What is that supposed to mean? Grown man touchdowns. Tell me what it means, weird beard. You look like you about to give out the Gettysburg Address. You got a log cabin? With that stovepipe hat? What's the spread, Ryan? Is it 4 scores?
New customers bet $5 to get $300 if your bet wins. Pay instantly in bonus bets. The crown is...
I actually don't get it. I'm being serious. I don't get it. You're LeBron James. You're Kevin Hart. You don't need this money. Like, you don't need this money. Why are you trying to sell people or con people into losing their money by betting on NFL games? Why are you trying to get people to engage in addictive behavior? I actually don't get it. I swear to God, I just fed my dog. That's why. I don't get it. Why are you doing that? Besides some money, what's the gain for you? Do you love gambling? Are you passionate about making people addicted to this sort of thing? Are you happy when you read about all the young people using gambling apps? Like, what? I get it if you're like broke or has been. If this were Pauly Shore doing it, okay, I can understand it. But you're Kevin Hart. You're worth millions and millions. You're LeBron James. You're worth millions and millions. Why are you guys doing gambling ads? I just don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Would you be doing cigarette ads back in the day? Like this stuff is so addictive, so harmful. I know I say this every week, but I want to make it clear how I feel about this. Again, I have a YouTube show, Pressbox Chronicles. I told them from the beginning, I will not do this if we accept any gambling money. And they were annoyed at that, but I didn't give a shit. Like, and I don't have the money of a Kevin Hart or LeBron James, but I'm not taking fucking blood money. I'm just not doing it. And that's what gambling money is these days. And you look what's happening in the NBA, in the NFL, in Major League Baseball, scandal after scandal after scandal. And these guys are just taking money for it. Fucking actually annoys me and makes me lose a lot of, not that they would care, but lose a lot of respect for those two guys. Like, do you need the money that bad? Seriously? I hate it.
I mean, if LeBron James and Kevin Hart, if you're seeing that commercial and like, oh, they're doing it, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to download the app because LeBron, like, no. I never understood why these big companies like State Farm has Patrick Mahomes and all these people like, is there anybody that actually like sees a State Farm commercial and they're like, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes is on the commercial. I'm going to go sign up with State Farm." Like, no, that makes me go away because they're paying these people. The Cardinals Stadium is State Farm Stadium. That makes me stay away from State Farm. They have so much overhead. I don't understand why people see a celebrity, and if that's your problem, if that's the case, you got serious problems.
Caught the Terry Rozier gambling. FanDuel, within the hour, notified the NBA. We've got a problem. Do you know who notified the NBA about Tim Donaghy? Vegas. The margins are thin for all these companies because of you, the consumer that's more sophisticated. They don't want cheats or scoundrels or bad actors. That's not good for them. But I don't want sports gambling to go offshore. That's not good for you. That's not good for our domestic consumers. That's no good. As long as people are, to me, I don't think my position has changed forever. I have been pro stigma. They're going to exist. You're not going to shut down alcohol sales. You're not going to shut down cannabis. I grew up in Washington State. It was the state.
So every
Like I just saw a clip today on YouTube of a leaked LeBron James tweet saying texting somebody to let Damon or texting Damon Jones, like one of the guys I got in trouble for all this. Not playing. Don't quote me on this, but I'm not playing. Bet up so you can get paid. Something like that. Now, is he going to get kicked out the NBA for life? No. That's why all this stuff is nonsense.
I do a video about the rich and the powerful doing fucked up things. There's always someone in the comments acting like a defense attorney for the billionaire they decided is one of the good ones. We can talk about how elites manipulate markets, they crush workers, they take tax breaks. We can even talk about the fucked up stuff like red rooms and the fact they disappear on the islands doing horrific things. But the second the conversation shifts to someone's personal hero, whether it's a tech messiah or the current president, the critical thinking evaporates like it was never there. They're all in the same social circles. Because suddenly the same folks who talk endlessly about how the elite class is full of predators and manipulators and liars and secret keepers, now they're crying, no, not my guy, not him, he would never. It's funny how selective evil becomes when it bumps into someone's political fantasy. Yeah, people talk so highly about Elon and Peter Thiel and all these fucking monsters, but they're in the same joint ventures as BlackRock, but BlackRock is the devil. This is the core of all the hypocrisy. People want to believe in a good billionaire, even though the entire structure that creates billionaires is the same machine they claim is full of corruption. And if we're going to talk about corruption and power in the dark corners of the elite world, then we can't pretend that our favorite characters are magically exempt. And why the fuck do y'all have favorite billionaires and favorite politicians?
52 cards in a deck, 52 weeks in a year, 4 suits, 4 seasons, and 13 cards in each suit, as well as 13 lunar cycles and 13 weeks in each season. There's 12 court cards, which are the Jack, Queen, and Kings, which represent the 12 months. The red and black is for positive, negative, male, female, good, bad, up, down, basically the duality of life. And the most interesting part is when you add up all of the cards in a deck of 52 cards, it's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13. You do that for each suit, and it equals 364. But there's the Joker, which is the 5th element in a 4-part system. There's 4 suits. The Joker doesn't belong to a suit, so it's the 5th element. That's a fraction of 5/4. When we reduce that down to simplest form, it is 1 1/4. You add that to the 364, which is all of the other cards total. You get 365 1/4 as the value, which is the exact number of days inside of our solar year. So, is it a coincidence, or is the deck of cards used for as a precise instrument? Make sure you follow and check out my other videos to learn more.
Kellogg of Kellogg's cereal was a known eugenicist from Battle Creek, Michigan, where he wanted only the intelligent people to breed, and he wanted all the dumb people to die. And this is why he pushed cereal. So there was Corn Flakes and there was Rice Krispies, which were pretty innocuous.
Like now it's the opposite. Sorry to interrupt, but now he's like, everyone wants the dumb people to breed and the smart ones to die, right? It got flipped from back in the day to now.
We have now with all the dyes and all the added sugars and all these other things, we have the illusion of freedom and choice in the United States, because we have 500 different types of cereal available to us. All of these are owned by...
So you break fast. You break your fast with carbohydrates and sugar.
It's the worst thing that you can do is to break your fast, to have carbohydrates for breakfast, be it waffles or cereal or pancakes, worst thing you can do.
This is the worst Sam Smith video we've ever seen. Sure, we'd all love to see the old Sam Smith come back, but there's going to be a problem. Remember, 7 years ago, everyone was singing his songs, whether it was Stay With Me, Promises, or Too Good at Goodbyes. Sam Smith had one of the most beautiful voices music had ever known, and yet something strange destroyed the Sam Smith we knew. Overnight, everything changed about him. Everyone saw he had gained weight. His style had nothing to do with what it was before, but the worst part is when he went back on tour after this change. What he delivered delivered was darker, more mysterious, as if he had to follow specific orders. When you look at most of his recent concerts, the only thing that sticks is the red. It's literally everywhere, and we all know what that color is associated with. But beyond the color, he shocks his fans more and more with his outfits. Look at this concert. I don't even want to explain. It's that disturbing. How long will this keep going without anyone saying anything? I hope the video I showed you at the start convinced you, because it's not normal to feel nothing when you see that.
But please,
Like, my thing is, like, with all these things that are going on, what are their parents saying? Like, yeah, I know you're 35, 40, whatever, but still, doesn't your like parents like what are you doing? What are you doing, son? What happened? Sit down, talk with me. Here's some coffee. Let's talk. Are you okay? What's going on? Like, it seems like it's none of that. Like, the parents, you don't even, they're just disappeared family, everybody. It's just their circle of friends, and that's who you see in the limelight with them. No family. Do they like back away? Like, I can't get involved with this or what? Like, where's the family at? Where's the people that sit them down and say no?
saw the dude from My Chemical Romance, I think his name is Gerard, morph into a demon mid-performance at his concert a couple days ago. If you didn't see it, trigger warning. If you're easily scared, click off the video right now. But this is what he looked like. Yes, this is that same man, complete morphing into a demon, a reptilian, if you will. This is what he morphed into. And we see these a lot with these celebrities, these musicians on stage. They will somehow trigger a alter ego, and then they will morph. And now here's the video for context. But it was twice. I don't know if y'all saw initially, he morphed, he went back to himself, and then he morphed again at the end of that little clip. And we see these things happen so often. I'm not very familiar with My Chemical Romance. I don't know any songs by him. What I do know is that I believe he makes it's like heavy metal music and like that rock star type of stuff. And we know that the demon's heavily
Oh my God, they making a formation.
Cuz, what the fuck is this, cuz?
We seen them drop out of a fucking mothership that just flew away, and these things.
Motherfucking things off, and now they're forming shapes.
Oh my God, we fucking watched it drop out of the fucking ship.
We watched this
oh
shit
my
come
God.
out of the motherfucking
Oh my God, what the fuck is
and
this?
now this shit is cuz. I can't make this up, cuz. Y'all share this shit right now. Share this motherfucking shit, cuz. I can't make this shit up, cuz. Now, I'm currently downtown Denver. I'm in Colorado, cuz.
Where they say the airport.
Nigga, y'all
Listen,
see
do
this
your
movie?
research.
Skinwalkers, the story of them is actually terrifying. There's this Viking dude, Bothar Bjarkni. In battles, he would go like catatonic in the camp. Like he would just like almost in a trance. And every time he did that, a bear would appear in the actual battle, killing the enemy. And then when they said they would wake him up, the bear would vanish. So like he would never fight the actual battles. He would just lay in camp and then like possessed a bear supposedly.
That's so interesting.
Would go into these battles and kill people. Skinwalkers, the Selkies.
Oh yeah.
Like from Ireland and Scotland, called them seal people who shed their skins to become human. If you stole their skin, you controlled them. It's always an animal hide skin that these people put on to...
Biblically, demons possess animals. Like, they went in the pigs. Like, what did the pig look like running down the hill? I don't imagine it looked like a happy pig.
Well, it talks about in the book of Enoch, too, of like the Watchers, they literally messed with animals and they taught forbidden knowledge, basically. So it makes you wonder, is part of that like a witchcrafty kind of thing? Like they taught to become an animal.
Yeah.
It's like they're not actually the animal, but everyone perceives them as that animal.
So you want to know the real reason they tell you copper is toxic? Well, the real reason they tell you that copper is toxic is copper has the ability to electrically charge a human body, which is another reason why they zap you back to life. And that's exactly why in the 1800s that houses were full of copper piping and they had a water fountain scattered over the world that you could drink from freely, which were made from copper. Now the majority of your body is also made from copper and carbon, so how can copper be toxic? And copper and carbon actually create electricity, so then humans are electrical beings. Therefore, if we do not have electricity, our body will not function, which is why we need copper. And that explains why they're replacing the copper pipes with plastic. Now, they also found that copper can help with inflammation in the body and osteoporosis. And back in the 1800s, if you were to walk into a hospital riddled with inflammation, they'd sit you on a hospital bed made from linen and give you a copper cup and a copper bracelet as well, depending on where you were feeling the pain. This was in the 1800s. So you then have to ask the question, why are we not taught this in schools about the benefits of copper? And why does the media say that it's bad when it's named the king of all minerals? It just does not make any sense.
The thing about Chaco Canyon, the biggest great house there, has got more than 400 rooms in it. And many of those rooms are completely sealed off. And archaeologists have found there's no evidence that any large population ever lived there. This place was clearly built for some sort of sacred purpose. And there is evidence that people made pilgrimages to Chaco Canyon. And as above, so below, it's locked into the summer solstice sunset and sunrise, the winter solstice sunset and sunrise, different buildings, the equinoxes, they're all tied up. There are alignments that extend over distances of tens of kilometers to other structures which are perfectly in line. This was the work of an amazing astronomical culture.
What you're looking at right here is an ancient sacred drawing for the Vanuatu. So they draw specific geometric patterns for different beliefs, and they believe that their ancestors used these drawings to communicate and to tap into the spiritual world. Now, this drawing is quite literally guided by spirit. This is how he knows how to do it perfectly. It is sacred geometry, and wait till you see what it forms at the end. I have sped this video up a little bit just for the sake of this video, and so it's not so long. I think it's over 3 minutes long originally, but he knows exactly where to go with this. He's being guided by spirit, being guided by his ancestors. And it looks like he's drawing some sort of arc. It's a very interesting drawing. Have a look at this, guys.
See it now.
Let us know what you think this is in the comments down below. Peace and love.
What do you think the next civilization is going to say about us? Because we don't know much about the prior civilization. We see a lot that they learned a lot from up above. Like we kind of always our heads are down now, like in a tablet, in a phone, in a computer, on a drawing, on a painting. When before that their eyes were up. Like, what do you think they're gonna think? Because none of this nonsense we're fighting about, house payments, car payments, Trump, Biden, the next civilization is not gonna know about none of that. That's just nonsense, right? What are they gonna be saying about us when they start breaking, like, oh, like, look what's under this? There's building, I don't know. Like, what do you think they're gonna think about this civilization? How we think of the last civilization? Like, they're like way ahead of their time. They're very smart. They're smarter than we were. How do they build the pyramids? Like, what are they gonna think of us?
They trying to kill the natural sun, and it's working. It's already been dying. When you read in ancient texts, it's been dying for a long time. When suns die, they get hotter. And then when they get hot, they explode and create a supernova. And then that sun create a new galaxy that's a part of the universe. This is what they say. So it's already getting hot, which they blaming it on climate change, but it's really our star dying, which is the reason why Nibiru never had to come back to get us anyway. Different civilizations and galaxies, when you start getting into the Galactic Federation, talk about stuff like this all the time, right? So what I think is they're trying to prepare for that, and they're trying to get rid of the natural sun. That way they can charge you for light. Same way they charge you for electricity, when the electricity is really free energy. Yep. Same way they charge you for water, when water is come from within the earth that they didn't create. Same way that you have to go to the grocery store to buy fruit, when fruit grows on trees naturally. They're trying right now. Do you realize you have to pay for airspace now? You can't even fly in certain airspaces. Tyler Perry, I don't know if they swept this under the rug or not, but 2 years ago, he bought airspace, and somebody flew in his airspace, and he sued the people that flew in his airspace. How can you own air?
Wait till you see what I found. Trust me. By the way, unrelated, check out this really cool plane. I've never even seen
that's one plane?
like that before.
I thought that was like 5 different planes.
That's crazy, right? Everything I'm showing you is from today. By the way, completely unrelated, check out this flood in the middle of the desert, and it's a flood of hail. What the hail, right? It's like Revelation itself. Sorry, Isaiah. Again, 1000% unrelated, of course. Check out the sky. What is all the sparkly stuff happening in the sky right behind me? And wait till you see what else I found. What is all that? Unrelated again, look at these two hot spots of lightning. They're all hitting the same exact areas. Like, What is pulling these lightning strikes to these exact areas? This isn't normal. Anyone who watches the weather in the lightning strikes knows it's not. Again, completely unrelated, check this out right here. This was a just ridiculous looking storm in Argentina. I wonder why the storms are getting so bad, right? It's just wild. It's up now. Bye.
Kind of funny, right? I know the government just got shut down. Arizona, I was in the group chat with my family. They're getting hell out there. We're getting bad storms tomorrow or today, later on tonight and tomorrow. You guys getting more storms?
Still think it's a coincidence that everybody in Hollywood was getting extremely thin and looking extremely gaunt, and the photo of the year was Miley Cyrus that basically put on a provocation of her looking like a very poor starving person. No, literally. Everyone has been looking so gaunt in Hollywood and being paper thin because they set the stage for what they already knew was about to happen. They weren't just cosplaying poverty. They were actually projecting it so that when people actually start to look starved, it won't be that much of a shock. They are the jesters for the muses. Come on now. You thought they were cosplaying poverty because they were so empty inside that they didn't have any clue and they were desensitized. No, they were doing it because that's what their fucking masters told them to do. So that when the stage is set, the fucking food is gone because our beef and our soybeans are not being bought by China anymore. Our economy is collapsing. So when people actually look starved and gaunt, there's no question. Or are they just on that new Ozempic? No, bitch. People are about to starve.
If you look, maybe they are running out of money. They just hit me watching that. Maybe there's no money in Hollywood, y'all. No one's watching movies. Movies ain't what they used to be. Music's not, they're not getting paid off music really, except the, top 1%. Maybe they're running out of the funds to purchase that Chrome stuff. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why they're coming out looking all sucked up and looking like their real age now.
Great case. Really what it boils down to is he's trying to find out his value, his as a brand. And in the middle of contract negotiations, he said, you turned off the bots. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So you devalued my platform in the middle of a contract negotiation to devalue me. And I want to know now, every artist has a ISBN number, basically. You know what I'm saying? And I think we've covered this before, but every artist has a number associated to them. So every dollar that comes in from Spotify, or every dollar that comes in from Apple, every dollar that comes in from all of these, he wants to see what's equated to that number.
Right.
Because they're only paying him for the streaming numbers. But with the added incentive of data and, all of this stuff, the way that they have to account for it is a record played, a spot played right after it. So you're going to get, and if they click through, then the record kept you on long enough to do this spot and whatever their math is and all of that. Well, how are you getting $6 billion a year in profits, but only paying artists $1 million and the price per million streams hasn't gone up? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not.
Check this out.
This is exactly why I don't watch sports. There's a reason why the Romans used to say that if you want to keep people distracted, you simply give them bread and circuses. And it is because they knew that if people were fed and entertained, then they wouldn't question anything and they wouldn't think for themselves. And you see, modern day sports is the exact same thing. People yell at TVs, they memorize stats, they argue over other players, and they even wear another man's last name on their back to vicariously live through them.
Boy, are we fed.
And you see all of these things happen because they want to keep us distracted and weak. Because when you have something great going on in your life, you simply do not have time to partake in bread and circuses. So you can either be your own biggest cheerleader and create something worth building, or you can live through other people and be a cheerleader on the sideline for them.
Now the Romans said, give them bread and circuses to keep them distracted. But the scripture warns us of the same thing. Don't let the world dull your mind or pull your heart away. Stay sober-minded, stay awake, and guard your purpose.
And they had to kill John because John was getting ready to come out with a whole new movement. When he wrote that thing, imagine there's no heaven. Oh, shit. Kill this motherfucker. Quick. Kill him quick. And no religion, too. Imagine all the people. You go back and read that. Get that.
Yeah, that sounds beautiful.
You can't convince me that this is not a ritual. Watch them. All of a sudden, all of these celebrities start to cutting their dreads. You know why? Let me show you why. Watch this.
I can't keep doing this.
Look at his face. Look at this woman's face. They all know that hairs have energy. Hair carries energy with them. And all of a sudden, they all cutting their dreads, cutting their hairs. And this thing is like a demonic ritual or something like that. Because it's not coincidence that all of a sudden all of these celebrities starts to cutting their hairs.
Oh, we had 1 million views.
Watch this. After that, all of a sudden, Kai Cenat got 1 million views, and recently he also achieved 1 million subscribers. And look at here. He looks like exactly him. You know who is he. Here.
I was watching the Optic 24/7 stream, right? I'm an Optic fan. I used to always watch them play Call of Duty back in the day. And yesterday when I was watching it, there was a dude there cutting his hair on stream, cutting his hair, and then they dyed it blonde, right? Now, seeing that just made me think of that. Like, they were just doing that. But guess how many people now are going to do that same thing? He had 1 million people watching. So let's just say 10,000 of those million people are going to stream and cut their hair off and hope to get 1 million views too.
Portals, hear me out. Hospitals sit at the threshold of birth, death, and everything in between. That's why when you go to hospitals, the energy is off. The lights flicker. You feel like you're not alone. That's because the veil is thin where souls enter and exit. Maternity wards are arrival gate. ICU and hospice are departure gate. While you are there, your spirit steps out of the wristband and you're traveling in between realms.
So I was curious the other day and found this online. McDonald's sells 6.5 million burgers in one single day. That's 195 million burgers a month. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't see cows lined up around every corner waiting to be turned into patties. I mean, seriously, do the math. Even if you stretched one cow into a bunch of burgers, you're still talking millions of cows just to keep up. Every day. So I started asking myself, where are all these cows coming from? Is there some secret super ranch hidden underground? Are they growing cows in labs, cloning meat behind closed doors? People laugh it off, but think, when was the last time you even saw a cow farm big enough to supply this madness? And don't say imported beef, because even globally, the numbers don't add up smooth. And look, I'm not saying it ain't real meat. I'm just asking the question no one wants to. What the hell are we eating? Because if it ain't cows, then what is it? Remember, I'm not insinuating anything. I am simply asking a question.
I'll give you some. Stop playing with me, other mama. Just like McDonald's, Burger King, everywhere else, right? When you work for these places, you get paid when they collect, right? I know you think your check say every hour, but let me prove it's not. If McDonald's slow down while you're working, what they gonna do? Send you
Enjoy us home.
So no, mama, yeah, they gonna send you home. Why? Because you're not making enough burgers. They tricked you and told you it was about an hour, right? But it was never about an hour because there's no such thing as time, right? That's what mama, listen, a lot of people in the world, they're like, oh man, I gotta run against time. Man, I use time for my advantage, right?
We got the Chrysler building. Look at this thing. 2 years to build. 2 years. Come on, 1929, 1928. And in a surprise move, they hoisted that up at the last second to win world's tallest building. Just a little surprised by the architects. Well, listen, help me out here. Besides being Callus's Man of the Year, Grandpa Bill, the source of the stone, which I always say takes these buildings out. Hey, Grandpa Bill, what do you know about African marble? I don't know. They just imported it for the Chrysler building. Really? Donde está Mexico? Grandpa Jeb. What does that mean? I don't speak Spanish. Well, that's where they got the onyx from for the lobby. From Mexico. Georgia? Oh, what do you mean, Georgia? Well, that's where we got the granite from. 1929. Then they snuck the spire on to become world's biggest building. Do you believe these stories? Do you believe this BS? Sound off in the comments if you're smarter than me. Come on. Come on.
I don't believe it. That 2 years? 2 years to build that? They've been building a resort across from the Cardinal Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. 8 years? Still not. I don't even think it's done. I haven't been out there in a while, but last time I went, it still wasn't done. I see them building apartment complexes out here where I'm at. I moved out here 3 years ago, and that damn thing's still not done. No way they built that in 2 years. They found it.
Make it make sense, Grandpa Bill. This is the front. Of course. Of course they gotta share the building with them. Always got that indention. Oh, you should have went to architect school, Junior. You would have found out what the indention means. I had the best architect teacher in the world. What did they tell you about these things? Why would they do that? Look how dangerous that is. Come on, man. Make it make sense, Chrysler building. Sound off. Am I wrong? 2 years, under 2 years to be built. Make it make sense, Chrysler building. For all the people that ask, why do I care they lie? This is one of the first liars. J.P. Morgan. Look at this building they built. Billions of dollars. Why do you care about them lying? Because look what they're doing. You don't lie and don't get billion-dollar buildings like this. Come on, J.P. Morgan, make it make sense.
Obama is distantly related to 6 presidents: George W. and George H.
Fox
W.
News,
Bush,
kid.
Gerald Ford, Lyndon
They
Johnson,
all look the same, too.
Harry S. Truman,
What?
and James
Bush, Cheney,
all
Obama,
look the
cousins,
same.
blood. They share blood. Okay, dynasties, kid.
President
Pharaonic
Bush-
bloodlines, bro. Evil shit, bro. Play.
President Lincoln was President Bush's 7th cousin 5 times removed. And Bush shared more than just a ballot with John Kerry. That's right, they're 9th cousins twice removed. Trace the family tree far enough, and you get Madonna, Celine Dion, and Tom Hanks.
The biggest lie is the U.S. government. It's not what it used to be. It used to be so sick and about the people and about freedom and all that, but now it's just bullshit. Now it's a reality show, and I think there's going to be a lot of weird shit that happens within our lifetime and within our generation that really changes the way of the world. So move somewhere, because whenever martial law is declared, or whenever the credit cards fail, whenever your cards fail, whenever your banks fail and you can't use your card anymore, you have 3 days to get out of where you are, because that's when they're coming for you. That's the big move. That's checkmate right there. And they think they have you. But move out to the country, get your scraps, stand up for yourself, build a tower, build a long road to where you can see them coming. Don't give up. America.
And he went to that.
I just came across something wild on Twitter.
They shut
Okay,
his
so
ass
you know when
up,
the
huh?
thing happened, right? And they built over where the whole crime scene was. Well, I saw a post on Twitter saying that Tyler Robinson's dad owned the company that was doing all the cleanup and the renovation. And I went down the rabbit hole, and while it wasn't that directly, it was something really weird. So come with me real quick. So this is really crazy, because how in the world does this happen the way it did? His dad, Matt, runs a business installing kitchen countertops, cabinets, stone surfaces in their hometown of Washington, Utah. So they have a construction company in Utah, right? Remember that. Now this right here is a picture from them doing the work at that campus, and this was their logo. Yeah, I'm telling you, really weird. So here's the website, Crew GC, of the crew that was on the campus doing the cleanup. The renovation. I was looking for any ties, any connections. I could not find no names on the website, but I was able to find these numbers. So I copy and paste the numbers and I'm searching them up. And one of the first results that popped up on Google, we have the Crew General Contractors, the same exact company. And we have the name right down there. Lori Robinson? So you mean to tell me the one who did the act was Tyler Robinson? His dad, Matthew Robinson, has a countertop construction whatever company. And the company that's at that actual campus doing the renovation, Crew General Contractors, is ran by Lori Robinson? Look, I'm sure it's a coincidence. I'm not saying it's anything. But what are the chances that the cleanup was Crew GC with a Lori Robinson? It was Tyler Robinson that did the thing, and his dad, Matthew Robinson, also has a construction company. What are the odds? My thing was, why wasn't there any name on the Crew GC website? And even further, why is there almost nothing about Lori Robinson on the internet? I'm sure it's nothing, really. But, you know, who is Lori Robinson?
Feed them bread and give them circuses. It's right there, y'all. It's not just with lions fighting gladiators no more. It's everything. Everything is a distraction now.
Bro, whenever you go into an establishment that got a mirror, do not look in that bitch. When you first walk in somewhere and that bitch got a mirror like right there, don't look in that motherfucker. You know how many people done looked in that motherfucker just walking in there? As soon as you see it on the outside, just boom. Just look the other way. Don't look into no mirrors when you go inside the establishment.
It keeps on getting, look, it's not gonna break it down. This is the fourth time doing this.
This is why you're unable to process your food. Time number 5.
Y'all, you know how addicting that stuff is? Like, we know what's in my weakness is the chips, y'all. I grew up on chips. It's my weakness. I'll admit it. Fast food, it's good, but I don't really crave it. My thing is the chips. And we see, let me just speak for myself. I see the ingredients. I see the red 40. I see the yellow. I see the blue. I see the corn or the soybean oil. I see all that. That's how the bread, right? That's how addicting these things are. The more you eat it, the higher the tolerance you build, and the more you crave it, y'all. That's how dark these people are that own these companies. And they get away with it. They get away with poisoning us every day. Mass offings from those things, from bread, from chips, from fast food, and yet they're on every corner. That's why I was saying earlier, now they want the dumb people to breed and the smart people to die off. It's obvious. Go for a drive down the street and tell me that's not the truth. McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, liquor store, Applebee's, Chili's, people drinking there all weekend, bars, smoke shops. It's everywhere, y'all. Everywhere. Getting out of that. Anyone that's gotten out of that, man, much respect to you. Let me know how you did it. Email me. Because boy, am I struggling with it.
That's crazy. Then all the shit that you just ate is trying to get through this, and there's nowhere for it to go.
And we still
you think
eat it,
you're
y'all.
fat, but you're really inflamed.
This is crazy.
I think you need to watch this side of Hollywood.
Come here, baby. Come here, baby.
And the director say so.
Who is that dude?
Say so.
Excuse me. Come on, baby.
So,
Come around.
And everyone just laughed. And next clip is even worse.
Anyhow.
He kissed him.
got his ass back. I'm not saying I condone it, but
Bro, I don't know. Everyone just laughed again. A man kissed a man.
gave him a taste
on
of his
stage.
medicine, it looked like.
This is not normal behavior, bro.
Not normal, but I'm just
Hollywood
saying
is
that's what it
such
looked
an
like.
evil place. And there are people still idolize these people. I don't know what to say here. Tell me what you all think about that.
The drug game is designed for you to lose. It's fixed. It's fixed from the standpoint that you have to buy the drugs from somebody and you have to sell it to someone. So that means it's 2 against 1 already. We ain't got to the part where this person selling it to that person, that person, that person. So it's designed for you to lose. And in this day and age, you know, they tell before they stand. The telling team is bigger than the hustle team. Remember that. The telling team is bigger than the hustle team. So get in, get out, and move around, man. I'm showing that you can become a millionaire selling books. Find you a niche and hit it.
About drugs.
Well, yeah, and on top of that,
about selling drugs.
I've always looked at this myself, is that when it comes to illegal activity, the more effort you put into it and the bigger it becomes, it just means there's a bigger penalty at the end of it. So you're hustling towards your demise. So isn't it just better to hustle in a legal profession where the bigger you get, you could actually stay there and continue to grow, as opposed to, you know, have a huge crash at the end? Because most guys I've interviewed, it's usually the same story.
Get in and
has
get out.
been a wonderful addition to my life. I feel extremely lucky.
The clip you just watched was filmed before everyone found out that Selena had supposedly disappeared. Everything keeps getting stranger with certain celebrities, but what on earth is happening? It's simple. Selena recently appeared in an interview and she was unrecognizable. Her behavior was so strange that her fans are now worried about her. Here's the moment that set everything off.
But Selena, what has it meant to you over this past 5 seasons to be with Martin and Steve?
By now you should all have seen where the problem was. Her behavior isn't normal, nor are her expressions. Nothing looks like Selena Gomez. From the moment they start asking her questions, she freezes. How is that even possible? Look at her again for a moment.
Extremely lucky to be in the company of 2 legends, but also they don't act like they are.
She honestly looks like a mannequin. She's so stiff, it's genuinely frightening. We already knew Selena had health issues, but this goes beyond anything we'd ever heard. The worst part is that once the interview aired, everyone started making videos asking what was going on with Selena Gomez, except they forgot that she, too, has gone through a strange physical transformation. Between 2024 and 2025, her appearance changed a lot, and that shouldn't be ignored. So the question needs to be asked for everyone. But who is this person in the interview? Don't forget what Selena Gomez looked like not long ago, because the one in the interview seems very different. We really need to figure out why celebrities are transforming more and more. Before leaving the video, tell me what you think in the comments.
You know why they put oxygen masks on planes? So you can breathe. Oxygen gets you high. In a catastrophic emergency, you're taking giant panic breaths. Suddenly you become euphoric, docile. You accept your fate.
Is the Illuminati real?
That I don't know. But I don't really care about what club it is. You know what I mean? If it ain't
I love
or
that.
whatever, but I'm just like, I'm not here for it. I'm not engaging. I know what it is because I know who it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's warfare. That's it. Like there's no other way around it.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? You're in the world, you're stepping into worldly things. You're stepping into warfare. You're stepping into pockets of people that have made a decision to serve the other side.
DHC Live.
She can't say
Stay
it. Too.
tuned.
Be careful with that.
It gets
She can't say
even
it.
better. Don't forget to like,
She's in
share,
it. She
and
can't say
subscribe to Merge TV on YouTube.
We have to stop trusting everyone. We have to stop trusting politicians, bro. All the governments. I'm telling you, the
Hey, it's
reason why
coming.
they killed Bob Marley, he was selling out to white people, black people. His music was saying heavy stuff. And you know, in one of his interviews, he said, all governments are illegal. All laws are illegal. Politics make rules to make division. They make you want to divide. You pick the side. We never need no government before government. We are just fine, man.
If you put food
I don't know, y'all, but I got a Bob Marley story, y'all. I don't know where I saw it, but I saw an interview where they said the difference between like Rastafarian and Christianity is the Rastafarians believe the higher you get, the closer to God you get, or Jesus, or I don't remember what they said. That's what they said, right? One day I was smoking on the way home from work, Had me a nice little joint in my car for when I get out of work at 10 o'clock. I was cruising home, right? I smoked the whole damn thing. Started tripping, right? Every time I blinked my eyes, I would see my car flash or my car roll, right? I would see my car like roll every time I blinked. So I thought I'm about to die. You know, my life's flashing before my eyes, right? That's what I was thinking. Heart started pumping. I was like, should I pull over? Call my sister. That was the first thing I thought of. Bob Marley started playing, right? And the waves, y'all, the waves from that music, I felt it. You know, if you listen to him now, it's kind of hard to understand. You can't really understand what he's saying, right? I heard every word crystal clear, crystal clear. And I felt the energy from the music like pulsing through me. I got home just fine. Y'all might have been going 20 down to 65 on the freeway, praying I didn't get pulled over. But I got home, I walked my dog, I was good, right? But you know, there's something to that music, y'all. I don't really listen to any other reggae, so I don't know if it's all like that. But that Bob Marley, man, like I felt the waves. Like every time that bass hit, it's just the waves went through me. It was crazy.
In the sun, it gets dehydrated. If I put food out in the full moonlight, it gets putrefied. It putrefies really fast. So it rots. It's exactly opposite. And then you can also, at nighttime, when the moon is full, you can pull out a thermometer and put it out in the light of the moon, right? And let's say, as an example, the thermometer reads 70 degrees in the full moonlight. If I put it in the shade of the moonlight, it actually gets warmer. And I pull it out, it gets colder again. So the moon's light is cold. It's not hot, so it's not reflecting the sun. It has nothing to do with the sun. That's what I mean by it's its own light. And that's a simple scientific experiment. Anybody can do it. Thermometer. I don't know if you've ever done it, but I've lived in the northern climates before, and a lot of times if I park my car under a tree, I'll come out to my windshield, to my car in the morning, and half of my windshield will be frozen and the other half won't be. It's happened many, many times, and I never really thought about it until a few years ago, and I put it all together. I'm like, wow. The reason it frosted over is because the full moon light hit that part of the windshield, and this part was underneath the tree in the shade.
So we're rotating around the Earth, the sun.
Exactly. I'm proposing to you that the sun and the moon are moving around us, just like it looks like. They are the same size, not 400 miles further, bigger, and 400 times further apart. Nah. It's very much the same. The sun, and as astrologically speaking, I think the moon has just as much of an impact as the sun on us. One is our conscious side, one's our unconscious side. One's gold, one's silver, one's hot, one's cold. From our perspective, the moon and the sun are the same size from our perspective, but they tell us, science tries to tell us that we're going around the sun and the moon's going around us. It looks like, and from our experience, it looks like the sun and the moon are different. They're the exact same size. They have power. We can feel their power. Like if you believe in astrology at all, like all of our ancestors have always believed it. They believe that the sun, the moon, and all the stars, each of the individual stars have their own power. They have their own potency that they're affecting us. So like if you're born on a particular day of the year, that's your sun sign. You're a Gemini. And then the exact day that you're born will know, okay, that's where the moon was in the sky. And then they can take a picture of the entire sky. They know exactly where all the planets were the moment you were born. And that's going to impact your entire life. All of our ancestors said the sun is masculine, the moon's feminine. I mean, we can just go on and on and on. And it makes sense. Like if you see the world like that, everything starts clicking. Like all these weird questions that we have from our perspective, from our society, are they're all science questions. They're like, well, if we this and that, then and then you come up with all these weird questions. But if you just see the Earth as simple, that's how I see it. It's just very simple. Basically what it boils down to is the sun is not the center of our galaxy. We are. The sun, the moon, all the planets are revolving around us. And not just us as a whole, but I like to tell people, like, your mom and dad told you the world doesn't revolve around you. And I like to tell them, yeah, it does, actually. It totally revolves around you. Whatever you think and believe is the world that you're going to have. Your thoughts, your perspective, the things you expect happen. You know, we live in a magical universe.
How many generations of humans do you think it takes to get back to the year 1000 AD?
So it's 1,025 years ago. So a human lives an average 50 years. So I'd say 2,000 generations.
No, that's
Oh,
horrendous.
wait.
That's his
sorry.
answer.
It's half. It's the other way. Sorry, 200
20.
generations.
Okay.
To 20.
The point is, though, dude, it's way less than you think. It's like 10 to 15 generations that will get you back. Your great, so like 5 greats grandfather was alive in like the year 1500, like 5 generations ago. How fucking crazy is that to think?
I never met him.
I want to show you guys something. I was sent this video, and on the video, they're not talking about this, but I want to show you guys. And you tell me if you see the same thing I see or if I'm tripping. Here we go. I'm going to let you look on your own first. Did you see that? I'm going to play it again, but this time look closely to his eyes. Look at his eyes. Boom. Did you see that? Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Maybe I'm tripping. Look at the eyes. What is going on?
It's not super dark or what?
This is not an edited video. This is not a video of somebody talking about his eyes. This is a video somebody talking about his watch, which was $1 million. And when I got sent it to me, I just happened to be looking at his eyes, and I'm like, hold on, something's going on with that man's eyes. Maybe I'm tripping. Let's play it one more time. Just one more time, please. Here it is. Boom. Oh my goodness.
It's on a glitch, yeah.
With bare feet? In the summertime, yes, but not in the wintertime. It's not healthy to go barefoot in the wintertime. No driver's license, no identification. What about social security card? I don't have one. No, my parents did establish a social security number for me, and the card said not valid unless signed. So I never signed it. And then I studied the issue, and I decided to revoke my social security number. So in a way, you don't exist. Yeah, and I had a birth certificate, but there was a flood and it washed away. So I don't have that either. I don't exist in the eyes of the government, but I do exist in the lives of people that know me and my Father in heaven. So you got to come out of the house if someone calls. Yep. So why do you have the phone out of the house? You want the distraction? Yeah. If I'm studying my Bible or something, I don't want to be interrupted. I come out here to check messages, and when it's convenient for me on my schedule, I come, and then I'm going. This is how you get your water? Yes. I've got a little gutter on the back of this shed here, and just filled up this rain barrel, and then I just dip it out. No filter? No. Do you ever read, Titus? Yes, I like to read my Bible, and I like to read history.
Hold on, because this is crazy. You've been under a spell your whole life and never knew it. Do you know who this man is? You should, because what he did changed the entire world, but not in a good way. Before I tell you who he is, I want you to do 2 things. First, drop a comment with who you think this man is. Second, what race do you identify as? White, black, brown? Whatever it is, put it in the comments and promise me you won't change it, because once I tell you the truth, your whole perspective might shift. This man's name is William Berkeley, a rich elitist who ran the Virginia colony hundreds of years ago, and he had a problem. See, back then, there was no such thing as white or black. You are either European or African. That's it. But something unexpected happened. Africans and poor Europeans, many of them enslaved or indentured, started to realize they had a common enemy. Rich. And one man named Bacon. Now, he wasn't a great man or anything, but he did lead this rebellion. He united both Africans and Europeans to fight together against the ruling elite, and it almost worked. That terrified people like Berkeley, so they cast the first race spell documented in history. They told the poor Europeans, hey, if you stop working with the Africans, we'll give you privileges, land, and a new identity. We'll call you white. From that moment on, white and black became law. Not biology, not science, a social spell. You think I'm joking, right? Because I'm using the word spell? Look up the etymology of the word spell. It literally means a story, a tale, a narrative. When a story is repeated enough, it runs in your subconscious mind, and once it's there, it controls you without you even realizing it. So some of you in the comments might have probably said something like that you're white or you're black, but here's the truth. I've never met a white person. I've never met a black person. You're all just different shades of brown. See, even artists don't use the color black or white when they paint skin. They use shades of brown. So where does this race thing come from? Well, from the spell or the story. And if you want proof, biology has already exposed the truth. There's more genetic diversity within racial groups than between them. In other words, two white people might be more genetically different from each other than one of them is from a black person. It's time to break free from all this. There's a book called Fams that's going to help you break free from mortgage, rent, debt, 9 to 5s, but more importantly, from all of this nonsense. The free audiobook is in the link at the top of the page. I love you all. Peace.
You're the head of the FBI. You went in there screaming that everything in there is a conspiracy or whatever, and you're going to get to the bottom of it. It doesn't help that you got one eye hunting and one eye fishing. I'm already not inclined to trust you just looking at that, no offense. Then you go in there and you don't even know where the cameras were on or how long they were allegedly on or the whole background on the staff at the prison when he allegedly killed himself and the whole bit. It's like, dude, you got to give me more than that.
Either that or he knows, and it's easier to claim to be ignorant. If we do have a situation where a group of people got around a table and said, here's how we need to manage this story and control it, and you two are going to have to go out and take the arrows. Within 6 months, you're asking me to violate my oath. Isn't that when you resign? You're the FBI director. If there's information that gives you probable cause to investigate a crime, you don't get to decide whether you should do it or not.
Hey, these files, I believe they're voting on it probably right now as we speak. It's a little late in the day. It's 2:30 for me over here. I got started late. I had an appointment with Mama Bear. We'll get into that later, but what do you guys think? Trump finally said, you know what? Vote to release it, right? He couldn't. Everyone was going against him, right? So he said, all right, we got to do what we got to do. What do you guys think, y'all? You got the Bubba stuff? What do you think? I think the Democrats are so crazy, y'all. They'll eat their own. Screw Bill Clinton, screw Fauci, screw all these people, right? If we can get him and get us back in power and get and get on the right side of the people again, shoot, we'll burn down our whole village to get that. But I don't think Trump wants this. What do you guys think, y'all? What do you think?
That they got rid of the bells that most people don't know is because the bells have languages written on them. If you look at the old bells of the 1940s all the way back to the 1700s, there's actually scripture that is written on the bells, and there's old languages in which we don't use anymore. And if you think about it, old languages would tell you something different. There's also lots of angels on the bells. There also used to be lots of angels on top of the buildings. So you kind of seeing how like certain things have been kind of like wiped away, and because of that, it's changed the way that people think. When you don't see angels anymore, and you don't see this ancient scripture, and you don't see these ancient languages, you believe the narrative. So that is why a lot of those bells have disappeared. And with bells, you can get rid of storms, you know, when you ring the bell. You can also ring the bell if there's a weirdo in your town, so you guys can all that person and get rid of that person and kick them out. And then on top of it, it would heal the people and also heal the plants and heal all the birds and everything else. This is why you hear like birds chirping. They love wind chimes. They love sound effects like that. That's the connection to the bells. So
the judge wears a black robe. Why does he wear a black robe? Black robes are a very important symbol. It means something to people who know. This is why, when kids graduating from school, college, or high school, wear black robes. Darth Vader wears a black robe. Dracula wears a black robe. Black robes represent something very important. It represents the planet Saturn. The planet Saturn is referred to in the ancient world as Lord of the Rings. We're still making movies in Hollywood. Lord of the Rings, which is the planet Saturn, Lord of the Rings. And the ancient people were told to listen to their gods, so women would wear an ear ring. Men were to get married before their god, so they wear a wedding ring. Get it? Lord of the Rings, Saturn. And
how many people even know they're worshiping Saturn today?
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And so the Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew, and the Hebrew people, they celebrate something called Sabbath, which is a holy day, which is Friday evening to Saturday evening, because they count their days from evening to evening.
So we all know that there's 4 angels chained under the great river Euphrates, and they will be released when the whole land dries up, when the whole river dries. Then they will be released. And when they be released, they're going to go and they're going to wreak havoc on the earth. Now, something I want to shine a light on is in Jerusalem, literally when the fire started, eyewitnesses said that they saw 3 angels stirring the air, and then boom, a fire started, and then it just started spreading everywhere. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that the river Euphrates is basically dry. And remember the caves? Remember these caves, they were once covered up in the river, and now they're not anymore. So then you got to think to yourself, are we at that time? Which I don't think we are, but it is something to think about. Ironically, 3 angels, and it could have been more, it could have been 4, they probably just didn't see the 4th, are supposedly seen in Jerusalem right before fire, starting the fire. The river Euphrates revealed that there are caves under the river Euphrates. Obviously, it's not fully dry yet, but you know what I'm saying? It is really weird. It really is weird. Like, we know that angels and fallen angels exist, and so could this be something like that?
This is, nobody actually knows what this is. I would love for somebody to tell me. So living in Boston, you kind of get used to having creepy old graveyards everywhere, right, from the 1600s, but how many of those creepy old graveyards get even creepier with this? I mean, look how creepy this is. Nobody actually knows what this is. I would love for somebody to tell me. It's just a giant hole right here in this 1630s graveyard. Right here in Boston.
Big plan, but it's nothing they've ever seen. They don't know the hand signs. They're picking things up. And they said that what they see is premeditation, but they don't know what it is. And now this no blood thing and the looks on their faces like they're taking a Sunday walk. This is weird.
So again, I want to make it clear. For most of the viewers out there have not treated a human being that's been shot. Okay. Those of us that have know blood is everywhere, Alex. It is, I don't want to say the F word, everywhere.
Blood is fucking everywhere.
It's fucking everywhere. It'd have been over everybody's hands. It would have been over all of their shirts, pants, especially an artery shot like that. It's not possible that just no one has any blood on even their hands. So to me, what I want to know now is, you know why I was very suspicious about why we're not getting this high fidelity camera footage from right behind Charlie Kirk. And now I want to know, show me that footage. Because that footage is going to show me exactly what you're doing to treating Charlie Kirk.
Bingo.
And I think, again, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. Alex, I think, I've been on your show enough times that you would agree. I'm very level headed with this stuff. Tell me why, Turning Point, no one treated Charlie Kirk. No one tried to stop the bleeding. You can see it right here. No blood on anyone's hands. Weird things being passed off. Bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. So I'm not...
Okay, there is the center of the meteor crater. Right there. Now understand that most of the meteor did not even strike the ground. It vaporized 60 miles up in the atmosphere. Understand that this projectile, this solid metal giant projectile, was traveling about 7 times the speed of a rifle bullet, 11 miles per second. 1001, 11 miles. And it was a huge 150-foot long piece of metal that weighed tens of tons. So when you hit the atmosphere with that much metal at that speed, it's like hitting soup. It just, the friction caused by the entry in the atmosphere vaporizes or disintegrates anything that strikes it, unless it's heat shielded like we do with our spacecraft. So that's why there's no meteor here, in case you're wondering, because it got atomized in the atmosphere. There are some fragments, and I'll show you those later. So there you go, the giant meteor crater, brought to you by Dino Doug.
All right, family. There you have today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You know what to do. Made it this far. Like, comment, subscribe. Almost didn't do a video today. Right? We had a doctor's appointment. Didn't get to enjoy my coffee today. Doctor's appointment went good. Baby's doing good. Doctor said everything's good. Heartbeat, size, all that is good. So everything's good, y'all. But now we go see the doctor once a month. And then I think in February, we start going every 2 weeks. So that's it, y'all. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. It's already late. Got to get this video edited and put out to you guys hopefully by 5 o'clock today. This is Segovia. I'm signing out of the Man Cave. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.